Hello, spooky crew. Our tote bag drawing is officially closed, and we just want to say a massive thank you to everyone who entered. We are so grateful for the love and the support, and we have loved reading your reviews. Missed the tote? No worries. We're still sending out high-quality vinyl stickers while supplies last. Just email us proof of your rating and review along with your mailing address to thespookydarlings@gmail.com, and we'll get one headed your way. Quick promise, your address is only for mailing the sticker. No emails, no selling info, no funny business, just spooky gratitude. Thanks again for supporting the show. You are the reason we do this. You're listening to the Spooky Darlings, and today is another follow-up Friday where we catch you up on
all
new
the
things
stuff
in our life, what we've been watching, what we've been listening to, give you updates on cases we've covered, and we also talk about current events. And speaking of cases we've covered, Haley. Oh, wait, let's introduce ourselves first. You guys always forget.
Yeah.
I'm Nettie.
I'm Haley.
I'm Emily.
And we're the forgetful ones with our frog shirts.
Yes. If you can't see, I mean, nobody can see us. We don't do videos, but
Yet.
the two of the sisters happen to be wearing matching shirts, and I feel a little like they planned it, although they swear they didn't.
A dead end.
But Haley, you have some updates for us.
So our lovely cousin, Jessica, I did her hair today, and she came in with some knowledge that contradicts something that I said in our Hot Lake episode, which was the I didn't have time, but I should have looked this up. The man who I took a lot of the information from the Hot Lake episode, who wrote a full-on book about Hot Lake and lived there, he said that the Mayo brothers visiting Hot Lake was actually something that was inaccurate.
Inaccurate?
That he said the Mayo brothers did not visit Hot Lake.
I thought you said it was a rumor they visited.
It was a rumor, and then this author said that he debunked that rumor and that they did not visit.
Okay.
And then guess who has photo evidence that he's wrong? Our cousin. Because guess where
How?
the Mayo brothers stayed when they came into town?
Jessica's house.
Jessica's house. And they have photos of the Mayo brothers.
Oh my gosh, I was
gosh.
joking when I said Jessica's house.
Oh, you're right.
It really was?
Yes.
I think
Oh my
that you're a
gosh.
joke psychic. Like every time you try to make a joke, you're actually predicting a truth.
Yes. So they did visit LeGrand, and they visited Hot Lake and Dr. Phi. And
do we get to have that photo?
I will. Actually, Jessica just texted me. I will text her and ask her if she can send us the photo.
Yes. Do that. I'm fascinated.
Yeah.
Also, I'd like to, say that this might be a continuing saga of Emily being a joke psychic.
Yeah. That's not the first.
I mean, it remains to be seen.
it's not the first thing where I've said something jokingly that turned out to be true.
It's happened before. It just happened now. It'll happen again.
Because you're very smart.
Because she's psychic.
Mm-hmm.
And
psychic.
smart. And smart.
Yeah. I said both first.
Oh, yes.
But yeah, that was just a fun little, literally today.
I found a thread. I can't remember. I think it was like on a TikTok where someone was like, I found the cutest little hot springs. It was someone not local talking about Hot Lake. Mm-hmm. And then this person commented about how their family were the ones that bought it like in the 70s or 80s and did all of the remodeling before it was sold eventually to the Manuels. Mm-hmm. And then she said it was her in-laws and that she had a ton of stories. And then someone was like, oh my gosh, I want to hear the stories. And she goes, I just posted them on my own page. So then I went to her page and I listened. I watched TikTok after TikTok after TikTok trying to find her stories on Hot Lake. And I couldn't find a single one.
So she's a liar.
Well, she might have taken them down or I might not have scrolled far enough. But I did spend at least 2 minutes.
She should have at least linked it.
Maybe 2.5 minutes. Yeah, a link. Maybe I should have commented.
Link, question mark.
We would have loved, and listen, whoever you are, if you end up listening to this, we would love to hear your stories and you can email us at thespookydarlings@gmail.com and tell us your Hot Lake stories.
Hot Lake stories. Your ghost stories in general. Did you have a scary evening where something scary or hilarious happened?
We call it a scary hilarious evening.
Scalarity?
Scary hilarious.
Yes.
So I've got a couple things to talk about.
Okay.
First of all, obviously, normally we record our FUFs like a week before we release them. So they're kind of current, but there's always like things that can happen in the week. But holy cow, Prince Andrew got arrested this morning.
Today.
Wow.
Did you hear that, Emily, or have you been too busy all day?
No, I've been too busy all day, but I'm here for it now, hearing it.
In regards to the Epstein files, like specifically.
Yes.
He was arrested in regards to the Epstein files, but the actual charges were that he was feeding Jeffrey Epstein financial information having to do with the English government or finances in his role as like Secretary of the Treasury or something. Mm-hmm. So he actually was abusing his governmental role, using it to enrich someone else, and it all has to do with the Epstein files. Like, I mean, I think that the what do you call it? Like the undertone is that Epstein was using, his photos and his knowledge to blackmail Prince Andrew to give him that information. So Prince Charles released a statement. I do have it, and I shall read it. Give me one moment to find it. It is in my TikTok. It's not the best place to store things, but oh, here it is. King Charles releases statement. It is, I have learned with the okay, so this is from the Royal Communications, the 19th of February, 2026, a statement from His Majesty the King. I have learned with the deepest concern the news about Andrew Mountbatten Windsor and suspicion of misconduct in public office. What now follows is the full, fair, proper process by which this issue is investigated in the appropriate manner and by the appropriate authorities. In this, I have said before, or as I have said before, they have our full and wholehearted support and cooperation. Let me state clearly, the law must take its course. As this process continues, it would not be right for me to comment further on this matter. Meanwhile, my family and I will continue in our duty and service to you all. Charles R. That's it. So
crazy. What a creep.
I know. I just
that photo of him where have you seen him where he's like crouched over a girl and he's all sweaty?
It's so creepy.
But then like he said years ago, he's like, well, I don't sweat. But in this photo, he's like covered in a sheen of sweat. Knelt over like what looks like the body of a teen girl. It's really flippin' creepy.
Oh, that's awful.
Yeah.
There's been so many awful things. It's just depressing. It's the worst.
Well, speaking of depressing things, I have an update about, I know you guys remember Charles Victor Thompson, the Upchuck guy that I did the episode on.
Yeah, yes.
He was executed, and I know this has been a month now, but on January 28th, he was the first person in the United States to be executed by the judicial system lawfully with due process in 2026.
Oh, okay.
And so he died by lethal injection on January 28th.
Oh, wow. Yes, that was our Upchuck Baguk episode. Well, I mean, listen, I have my feelings about the death penalty. I think we all kind of have feelings about it, but I will say I do feel like that is a just punishment for him, and I hope that gave the families of his victims, I mean, so horrible and senseless.
Charles Victor Thompson was the one who killed his ex-girlfriend and her new boyfriend and then escaped from jail, tried to put a hit on.
That's right. He blames it on the boogie. That's why we named it Upchuck blames it on the boogie.
He blamed everybody else. Okay, so the other death row inmate that I did an episode on, Stacey Ian Humphreys. Do you guys remember him? So the last we heard, his execution date was put on hold indefinitely, and I found out why. It was because there have to be 5 members on the parole board in the state of Georgia, and the governor had just appointed a new person the same day that they announced that, or that they issued the death warrant for Stacey Ian Humphreys. They appointed a new member to the parole board, and it turns out she was the head of the victims witness unit for 25 years, and she was actually a victims advocate for the families of the victims. So it's kind of
conflict of interest.
Definitely a conflict.
And I wonder why they can't have somebody step in or like, I mean, I understand needing to have the number that they feel is just, but I wonder why they can't have another person substitute in. But yeah, that was the reason. I remember knowing or reading that there had been a conflict of interest, but I found out that was the conflict of interest, and I totally can see why that was not.
Right. That definitely is a valid conflict of interest.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Wow.
So yeah, that was the one that was the model home that killed the 2 girls in the model home.
Gosh, that one was so... You did a really great job of covering that story, and it was really tough.
Yeah. It's been one that I've like thought about. Like I can't get it out of my mind sometimes. You know what I mean? It's just like, just the randomness.
Just
randomness.
Senseless, yeah.
And just
like he just chose the wrong thing and hurt 2 innocent people and
all of their families and ended 2
the ripple
lives.
effect.
Like, oh, well, I'm going to lighten it up a little bit.
Okay.
You guys been keeping up on the Olympics?
A little bit, not very much.
Did you hear about the like fight that happened in the curling match between I think it was the Canadians
versus Sweden?
I think so.
Okay, was it a physical fight or are you talking about like the drama?
It was verbal.
Oh.
And they were like, hey, we have cameras because someone might be cheating. And the Canadians were like, oh, who do you think might be cheating? I don't think anyone's cheating. And they're like, oh, I don't know who might be cheating. Maybe it's you. And everyone's like, oh, the Canadians are really bringing it. And the Canadians are like, we would never. And then they showed like the close up, like I think it was the Swedes. They were so sure that the Canadians were cheating. They set up like secret cameras. And they showed like, okay, so it's like if you've ever watched curling, sometimes I'm like, how is curling an Olympic sport, but bowling is not an Olympic sport? Because honestly, I feel like bowling might take.
Hey, with The Big Lebowski, I feel like that movie alone should qualify bowling as an Olympic sport.
Well, The Big Lebowski should put movies in the Olympics as a sport.
Right.
I personally feel that way, but I don't know. Sometimes when I watch curling, I'm like, really? Because it's like where they're pushing the disc and someone's like in front of the disc polishing the ice really fast. And then someone else is like behind them and they're all moving really slowly. And it's like this kind of just crazy thing. And there's this big like thing on the ice. I don't even know what it's called. It's like a stone. Mm-hmm. And then you give it a last shove. And then once it crosses the line, you're not allowed to touch it again. And they were thinking that the Canadians like gave it a shove and then gave the stone one last poke, which they did. The video camera showed that last poke.
I saw.
But it was like just before the line. So they actually did not cheat.
They did not cheat.
From what I understand.
The line that I saw, maybe the video I watched was doctored, but it looked to me like it was over the line and his finger was on it. And isn't it illegal to have cameras in like they did? Like that's the other thing that I saw. It was drama because it was illegal for Sweden to have cameras in there, but the touch was like the second touch was illegal. Wow. That was what I understood.
You uncovered even more than I did. It's
all
of this over a boop. It's literally like boop, boop.
Yeah, I didn't dive that deep.
Just a little soft touch with the finger.
Just a little soft touch with the finger. It's just crazy. It's totally crazy.
I love my sisters talking curling.
Okay. I've got more. Yeah. Wait, is there any other Olympic updates that you guys have?
No, but I think we should have a recurring segment where we try to discuss sports that we would know very little about. I think this is going to be a really fun thing.
Oh,
that we keep bringing back.
Yes.
Badminton.
I did love badminton.
I loved that one a little too much to say I don't know anything about it.
I mean, I watched, I saw some training video. It was like of some like tiny 6-year-old kung fu master who's doing like flips where she like lands on her head instead of her hands, like on purpose. No, it's on purpose. And then everyone's like, this is nothing compared to like toddler badminton training. And so then I like clicked on the toddler badminton training and I was like, oh my gosh, I thought it was going to be a joke. They were not kidding. It was just like these coaches chucking badminton, whatever those birdies are called. They're called birdies. Chucking the badminton birdies over the thing and the 3-year-old just like pop, pop, pop. And I genuinely feel like that 3-year-old would beat me at badminton.
Oh, for sure they would.
Yeah.
Oh. You think so?
I do.
Me.
All of us.
even all three of us all on one side against that one toddler. That toddler would beat us from your description.
We would lose.
We would lose.
I did actually really like badminton in PE back in high school. I would not mind having a chance to play it again.
Are we getting a badminton court thingy for our family reunion this year in McCall?
I don't know if we have space.
We don't have a flat space, but
set it up. We don't have a flat space.
Well, let's talk about it.
We'll talk about it. Also, sad news. Our last FUF, we talked about the loss of the lovely Catherine O'Hara. Mm-hmm. And this time we lost James Vanderbeek, February 11th.
Vanderbeek.
Dawson's Creek. I really loved him. I loved him as an actor. I thought he was so funny in that like short stint of the Don't Trust the Bee in Apartment 23 where he actually played himself.
Yeah.
He was really funny. I don't think he quite got like the credit for like what a comedic actor he was. And just a lovely human. I was really sorry to see that he died.
Did they say what he died of?
He's had cancer he's been battling cancer for a few years. So he missed.
Gosh, I didn't know.
Like they did this big Dawson's Creek reunion like a year ago, maybe, or like last spring, maybe, where he showed up via video. He was intending on being there, but he got too sick, and I think he's just declined since then.
Oh, I did not even know that. Dang it.
It was very sad.
He was so funny.
Really, just a great person.
Well, I do have a listener email if you guys are ready for me to take a moment for that before you get to your next thing. Oh my gosh,
yes. I didn't even know we had a listener email. I didn't even check.
Okay, so this is from the winner of our tote bag entry. Okay, so I this is a cold read. I just opened it and I have not read through it yet. Okay, so this is from Chance, our tote bag winner. Howdy, spooky darlings. Thank you for the tote bag. It surely will be filled with fresh veggies at local farmers markets.
Oh.
We just listened to the Iowa cryptid crawl. Now, because we are only recent residents of Iowa, I am not authorized to make any official pronouncements about the state or its denizens. That said, I share your concerns over the use of seen instead of saw. We have seen correct usage, this grammatical aberration here in Iowa, but also into southern Minnesota and even northern Minnesota. I think it might be a linguistical virus carried either by Bigfoot or the Mothman. Speaking of Minnesota, I have had only one actual ghostly encounter in spite of many attempts to see a ghost. Many full moons ago, I was a dishwasher at the Thayer Hotel in Annandale, Minnesota. In spite of its name and history as a railroad hotel, it was only a restaurant at the time I worked there. It was late. The cooks had dropped their gross pots and pans, leaving 16-year-old me to scrub and scour late into the night.
Oh my gosh.
Over the strains of Richard Marx and other 80s pop radio, I heard a footstep upstairs. And then another. And another. There was no one else in the hotel. Then the steps started down the stairs, one by one. And 16-year-old me got the heck out of there.
Oh, I would have too. Good job, Chance.
Now, this isn't quite a cryptid, but maybe, ? I discovered a newspaper article from 1888 detailing the account of a farmer near Annandale who had discovered 7 giant skeletons buried on his property. I've attached a screenshot of the article. I'd never heard of this, but it intrigued me. Turns out there are a ton of newspaper accounts from the 18th and 19th centuries. I went to the Minnesota Historical Society and found even more documented accounts in the Minnesota Geologic Survey from something like 1906. A big, thick book, part of which recorded the extensive burial mounds from across the state. Yes, even in there, they mentioned giant skeletons.
Oh, I have heard of this.
Isn't that crazy?
Of the giant skeletons.
Wow.
Yes, we need to do like a dive into that.
Yes. Giants. And where are they?
Well,
and they might be.
They're hiding in some door somewhere here in Oregon. You've seen the thing about the giant door. So we should do a 3D episode where we talk about the giant skeletons. The giant door somewhere here in Oregon.
Yes.
I don't know, some other giant thing.
Okay, so, I guess Chance is an author. He said it was interesting enough that I wrote a novel called Grave of Songs, imagining what it might have been like to have been the farm family who discovered those skeletons near my hometown.
Grave of Songs.
I realize that may not convey well for your show, but if you ever run out of material, feel free to use.
No, I would love to.
Now that mysterious universe is terrible, you're our favorite spooky podcast. Cheers. Oh my gosh. Chance stuck to it.
Oh, Chance. Thank you.
Well, first of all, I want to find out more about the giant skeletons. I've heard about them, but I don't think I've heard very much. I don't even think I've heard like a podcast on them. It's just been like little blips.
Well, we can read his book, turns out. And I shared his last name because he shared his book. I felt like his last name was not private since he did share the name of his novel.
Okay.
Grave of Songs.
And we can share the image of the article that he shared with us too on our
Yes.
FUF.
Okay. That's awesome.
So fun. Well, thank you so much for writing in, Chance. We love it.
Chance.
We love writer emails, listener emails. I don't know why I called them writer emails. Take that part out.
Well, Chance is a writer.
He is a writer. We do
And
love
And he emailed.
But even before you were reading the part where he said he was a writer, Emily, the whole time I was like, oh my gosh, he is such a good writer. Like, listen to his email. It's just so well told. It was such a great story.
Yes.
Loved it.
We love listener, novelist, writer, emails, all of them. So thank you.
That's a fun surprise. You kept that to yourself, Emily.
Good job.
Yeah. So kind of not local to us in our town, but local to our state of Oregon. If you're from Oregon or if you're from the Pacific Northwest, you've probably heard of the Enchanted Forest. And as children, we drove by the Enchanted Forest multiple times a year as we drove from our little hometown in Eastern Oregon over to Corvallis, where we would go visit our grandparents and our cousins. And we would always beg to stop. And we did get to, I think, maybe twice. And they were like the most fun stops. And the owner and creator of the Enchanted Forest died on February 13th.
Oh my gosh.
And, I think he was old and it was probably expected, but it's just such a loss that the founder of such an amazing magical place that's so Oregon coded is gone.
Yeah. And thank you for the lovely magic.
Such a magical place. I mean, that Crooked Man's house, I still picture myself trying to walk straight in it. And I'm like, it's so hard.
I swear, and did we talk about this already? That there are accounts on Reddit of that place being haunted? Maybe it's just like little spooky vibes that people...
I think there are accounts of that place being haunted. But I do think it's also just kind of the spooky vibes of it being, I don't know.
Enchanted.
It's like not Disney-fied. It's like such a Grimm's fairy tale, original Grimm's fairy tale version.
Yes.
Without the gore, I guess.
Yeah.
Of fairy tale.
Take out the gore.
It's
insert Enchanted Forest.
Insert
traditional
hauntings and
kind of like those traditional children's stories. It tells a lot of them that are kind of meant to actually scare children, to keep them safe. Well, you hand me that book, actually. I actually just bought this book because when we were talking about our Eurocryptids episode, which we just published on Tuesday, I had done a little research on, just making sure that I was saying Grimm's fairy tales, which was right. But then I found this book called Struwwelpeter. So I texted a screenshot of it to my exchange student and I was like, did you read this as a child? And she was like, oh, yes, my grandmother told me those stories all the time. They're so great.
And at first she wanted to be like, we don't have scary stories.
The little quote underneath is the world's most terrifying and delicious book. And I can put a photo of this in our slideshow. But that's the cover art, what in the Edward Scissorhand.
Oh my gosh.
But everything
Wait, hold on. Is Tim Burton strictly inspired by scary German children's stories?
It's called Struwwelpeter, or Pretty Stories and Funny Pictures, and everything is a tale of caution. Everything is about how good boys and girls get things that are good, and boys and girls that don't do what they're told, like this boy that doesn't trim his nails or comb his hair, how bad things happen to them. So I'm excited to actually...
Is that an English version or a...
Oh, yeah, I don't speak German. I would have to wait till Olivia comes, which, by the way, she's coming this summer.
I was asking so I can find the image for the podcast, not because I think you speak German.
Struwwelpeter, there it is.
Thank you. Struwwelpeter
by Heinrich Hoffmann. I think it was written in the 1800s. You can put it back over there. Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
And... I mean, other than that, Mardi Gras was this week.
Yeah, that was fun.
It was, we're from the Pacific Northwest, but in our tiny little town, we managed to do a hearty Mardi Gras celebration
True.
every February. And I think we've been getting more and more people. My sister, who hadn't even been feeling well, came out, showed up and danced with me. My husband sings and like runs the
home
music.
by 9.
Very good. I was home by 9:37. It's so much fun. And then the next
I wish
day
I could do
is
that with you guys. It's so sad I couldn't join.
Well, you wish you were here.
you need to come up next year because it's so fun because we have really fun. It's Fat Tuesday, Mardi Gras. Mm-hmm. And then the next day is Lent.
Perfect.
Where you give up something that you love.
You give up not eating beans.
I gave up Mardi Gras for a full year. I will not do Mardi Gras for another year.
Wow. You told me about Brent doing the music along with some of those college professors in the band. I just think it sounds like so much fun. But when you told me about that, I did have to tell you, okay, my super cool, fun neighbor named Beverly, and she's my friend and neighbor, told me that she went to New Orleans for the real Mardi Gras, and she and a group of her friends applied to be in the parade. And you have to apply like quite far in advance.
Having seen the parade, it is so cool. No, we were there during Carnival. Sorry, not during Mardi Gras. My bad.
Oh, Carnival.
Oh yeah, different
Oh,
parade,
that's when
but
you were
still,
there.
yeah.
Oh,
Sorry.
okay.
Yeah, but like, they put on like tons of parades, and the parade that we saw during Carnival was awesome. Emily, please continue.
So,
Sorry, I
I
interrupted.
guess they go all out in New Orleans for, Mardi Gras or Carnival. But so my Beverly applied and dressed up. Their theme was, I can't remember. I think she said King Arthur. She showed pictures. Super cute. That was their theme. But two of her friends had a ghostly encounter while they were there. She said,
was it?
and listen, I couldn't wait. So she told me that she could set me up with an interview with her friends, but I just couldn't wait to tell this story. So I hope, Beverly, if you listen, I hope this is okay. In the middle of the night, these two ladies were asleep. They were in separate beds. They were in like a double shared room. And they heard something going through their luggage. They both heard it. And they sat up and they were like, one of them yelled, "Get out of here." And one of the ladies felt something rush at her. And she said that she felt just this heaviness on her chest and she couldn't breathe. And then it was gone.
Oh my gosh. No, that's so scary.
Isn't that terrifying?
Oh, what hotel were they staying in? Do you know?
So
we need to stay there.
yeah, so I asked her and I thought it was going to be like one of those old, like,
Yeah.
Bourbon Street hotels or something. Yeah, like an old hotel, but it was just a Marriott.
It was like I was going to say what was like a Best Western.
It was a Marriott.
Marriott's do take over older buildings now and brand them as Marriotts.
I should follow up with Beverly and see if it was like a new build. But from what she said, it didn't sound like it was.
Okay.
It didn't sound like it was an older building.
Okay.
But isn't that freaky?
That is.
My gosh.
Oh my
Okay.
gosh, so scary.
This just solidifies that our next sister trip has to be New Orleans. And there's so many things that I wanted to go and do that I like
Didn't want to drag
could
Jason
not go
along
do
on.
with
Yeah.
Jason. Yeah, I have to do with my sisters.
Yeah,
And Jason did a lot of the things that I wanted, but
Yeah, oh, I'm sure he's such a good sport with traveling. But Jordan is not interested in going to New Orleans with me. He's been once. He told me it smells like pee, and he does not want to go.
he's not wrong, but also there was so much more to it, and we have to stay near Frenchman Street. Bourbon Street is like for the frat college kids. We will go to Bourbon Street. We got to get like I think it's a hand grenade or whatever, but we got to stay near Frenchman Street. That's where the good jazz music is. Super cool night markets.
Yeah.
And there's so many things that I did not go do that I have to go do with you guys.
Okay. I mean, I'm in. Who's planning the trip?
Me. I will.
All right. Get on it,
We
girl.
just have to decide a week. Let's talk about it tomorrow when we have more time.
Yes.
Okay, let's do it.
Okay.
Yeah.
I think that's everything I had on my list.
Yeah. I mean, I managed to watch The Zodiac finally before it left Netflix on Monday, and it is scary. But here's the thing. They do not. One of the most thought suspects is actually not even featured in the movie The Zodiac because they came up with him after Zodiac was made.
Yeah, that was a good movie.
I would say watch it. And then the other thing I would say watch that I also watched was True Haunting on Netflix.
Okay.
It was so scary. It's true, too. It's like this true story. It's documentary. It's a documentary. They interview the people that were actually haunted, and then they do recreations. And it's directed by the same guy, I think, that did the Saw movies. It was really good. And I haven't watched I watched like season 1 or like the first Haunting and just like 4 or 5 episodes, maybe 6 episodes. And there's another one that I haven't watched yet that I'm going to watch next. And I'm so excited because it was scary. True Haunting, Netflix. Watch it.
Okay. True Haunting.
I think that was everything we had today. Unless there was one more thing that you were trying to look up when I interjected.
I changed my mind.
Okay.
It wasn't.
Okay.
It ended up being a nothing burger.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
Well.
But anyways, sisters, thank you. This was awesome.
Emily, do you want to take us out?
Yes, I do. Thank you for listening. As always, you can email us at thespookydarlings@gmail.com. We love to hear from listeners. Share your stories with us. Give us ideas. We love to hear your suggestions for our cryptid crawl or for other episodes. And if you are interested in our merch, you can find that at thespookydarlings.printful.me. Check out our socials. We are on Instagram at the Spooky Darlings podcast. No.
Instagram? Yeah, the Spooky Darlings podcast.
Yes, on Instagram and TikTok. So check us out at those places. And thanks for listening. We will see you in the spooky night.
Goodbye.
Yes, we shall
Goodbye.
see you. Goodbye. 5 stars. Before we disappear into the shadows, don't forget, we're still sending out vinyl stickers. Leave us a rating and review and email us proof to thespookydarlings@gmail.com along with your mailing address, and we'll send you some spooky snail mail while supplies last. And if your heart is still mourning that tote bag, may we gently tempt your way toward our merch store at thespookydarlings.printful.me. Treat yourself. You deserve it. Thanks for listening. And as always, stay spooky.